presentation.
Welcome back to another
Conversation with the Lees.
And we're happy to have you.
Very happy to have you. Happy that you have joined us again.
Yes.
We're happy that we're actually making even a small impact on people's lives, because we see it in the comments. Very encouraging comments. I want to thank everybody who have liked,
share,
and our to our 133 subscribers. Want to tell you thanks.
Grateful.
Want to tell you thanks for coming. And so please continue to share, continue to like,
and also comment.
Yes, because as I said, the comments are very encouraging.
Yes.
One particular person spoke about that they'll be taking some of the pointers we have given, and trust me, that's what this is really about.
Yeah.
That's what this conversation is about, helping somebody along the journey. So we are happy that you are here with us. We're happy that we're able to make an impact. Yes. So again, please do like, share
and subscribe.
And please subscribe
and comment.
We have had over near to 500 views on our first video, and the second one is still in 100 and mash. The third one is near to 300, but we have not seen the likes going up, guys. All right, so we need to, you guys need to just press the like thingy, so we can it helps. I think it helps the channel.
Yeah, to grow the channel.
Right. So, and of course, your continuous sharing will also help us to build on the more persons we can reach. All right. So, thank you, guys. So, today's topic, and I give it away, so we're recording it in the night. But today's topic is engagement. So, you're going to hear how I pop the big question, and trust me, it's something you're going to want to hear as we remember it. So we want to start out though by asking or bringing it to everybody's attention how we actually knew that this was it, and we got serious, even to the point where we had so many times we had like breakups and breakup in the sense that with us frustration was just there, because
as we said in previous video,
that we couldn't get to talk things over as much. And trust me, the closer you become and you realize that you're getting more serious, and if you're having issues and you're not getting to talk, then the frustration builds. And worse, like in our time, we were really under heavy scrutiny. Heavy scrutiny.
Unnecessary.
Well, she thinks it's but heavy scrutiny to the point where we knew that we were really serious about each other. Persons may just have seen us, and there is a thought that most of the time when young people decide to get married at that young is because what? Them flesh give them problem. But the truth is,
not necessarily so.
That's not the truth, because I know that I wasn't overbearing, having issues with flesh and whatever, but I genuinely saw somebody who I wanted to build a life with. And so what we needed more than pressure was guidance and counseling.
Right. And as you get closer and move into this step, which is engagement, you do start to have stronger feelings, because you're spending more time when you do get a chance to spend time together, and not being able to spend time together, apart from the frustration, when you do get the time to spend with each other, you don't want to leave, or you don't want to
leave the presence
of the person. And so,
and that's why it's important that even though, as I said before, that whoever is interested now, especially young persons, if you're interested in getting married and so forth, it is important that a safe space is provided for you guys to talk and just put, if you know no serious, when you just put plans together, sit down and talk. Because trust me, what we find is that what is more important now when you get into engagement is the opportunity to sit down and talk and plan and put pen and paper together.
But even before you get there, right, to engagement, there are certain things that need to be done. You have to pop a question.
Yeah.
And how do you prep yourself as a young man, to ask a question? How?
But the truth is, before we get to that, what I want to highlight is, how did we know that we're actually serious now, or it's at the point where I say, yo, no man, we need to take it to the next level. How do we know, or how did we know that it was getting serious, or it was serious? I remember when we spoke in the last video that we were saying that, boy, we never had the opportunity to talk as freely as even now the young persons or young people have that opportunity. So what we basically did, we were making our own opportunities. Still with the understanding that, boy, we have to maintain our purity and maintain our own personal relationship with the Lord. I'm not gonna lie, there are times when it kind of feel like it come on a challenge, because our physical emotions were getting stronger and stronger. And so we knew that, boy, we were getting there, to be honest with you. And one of the things that we use to realize that we love spending time with each other, and we couldn't get enough.
Yeah, because basically, apart from going on trips and all of that,
which we spoke about,
taking land routes, as we talk about, the more time or the more longing you have for each other, that's what builds the frustration. So, in those little trying to wander off on trips and trying to spend time with each other, it took us a while, even before we could say get close enough to have any form of contact.
And we were about what? We were about what, 9? I was about 20.
Yeah, I think I was 21. I was either 21 or 22.
Yeah, so I
was 22.
No, I'm not talking when you get married. I'm talking
about...
I'm
talking after the time that we, have our first contact.
Our first contact?
Yes, our first kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord. First kiss. Oh, Lord. Yes, that. So, it took us about a year and...
It took us 1 year and 5 months.
Yeah, 1 year and 5 months after talking with each other, wandering off on trips and going to all these places that was mentioned in the previous video.
Because the truth is, the more art, if the interest was there, you continue to talk, and the more you talk, is the closer you'll get. And worse, if the conditions are like, it's not an open space, or it's like an honest heavy scrutiny.
Yeah, ridiculous scrutiny, which is not necessary. So even the mere fact that you live in the same community, right, same avenue, and before you reach a gate, you have to prepare, you have to say goodbye. And think about it, after doing this for 1 year and 5 months, as if we're practicing social distance. I mean, I remember a particular night coming from church, and we're saying good night, just maybe 3 houses from my gate, and just gentle leaning with the chest and your body away like that to say good night. I remember for some reason lingering too long, hugging too long to say goodnight, until eventually, hello, yeah, we had our first kiss. It's me. And while I'm still not endorsing, but sharing my experience.
Endorsing, we're sharing our experience, because we're not going to be naive. We know that there are young persons who, after probably the first goat, second goat, them kissing and so forth already. And the truth is, if you get to that part of it quicker than you get to spend time and know the person, you're asking for trouble.
Right.
Right?
And nevertheless,
because emotionally, a kiss, or even just spending time, it brings you closer to each other, right? So if it is that you don't utilize the opportunity to get to know the person, rather than hurrying to kiss or hurrying to be affectionate, you're basically robbing yourself
but it wasn't.
time.
The truth is, our experience though, that wasn't a planned thing.
No man. I'm speaking on the basis of it is being done now, but
Yes,
with
but
the
explain
young
it
people in this time.
since we have brought it up, let's just explain it properly, because while it wasn't a planned thing, it did happen. And the thing that is I would say unique about it, and at the same time a little weird, to the fact that you have been keeping yourself for a year and add from each other, and
But in that
it
era,
happened so quickly that I think I was surprised.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, in the year and because the reason why we never do it in the first month or the first week or the first
because we're conscious of what can happen.
And we were really trying to get to know each other. Right? Because once you become, emotional fast, then it's like, honestly, that part of your brain just kind of shut off. The part where say, who is she? What is him? What is he about? What are his goals? What are his future plans? What does he have in the pipeline? Is he prepared for marriage? Is he have a stable job? Him can take. You understand what I'm saying? There's certain questions that needs to be answered before that. But if you allow yourself to run into being emotional too fast, all of that gets thrown out. So even not even about you endorsing, your first kiss or whatever, we're saying don't allow yourself to go in too fast and waste the opportunity to get to know each other.
And the truth is because even though we're young persons, and growing up in the church, we were part of things like ministries that held us accountable.
Yes.
And because we were in ministry and we know what is expected of us, and we know what the word said and all of that, we were aware of the situation that we were in. And so I think it was more of us being conscious that, okay, this can happen. Okay, there's so many things being said about this also, and I want to fall in the negative of things, and you wanted to keep it pure. Because
persons were talking, so they were, so because we're under so much scrutiny, we didn't want to give them more ammunition, as it were.
And not even say ammunition, but I think we held each other accountable. You look out for me. If I am weak, if I feel weak and fed up, like I can't go anywhere, I can't even touch you, and I can't even this. There comes a time when you are not at the same place that I was, and you encouraged me.
Yes.
And when you fell short, it was vice versa for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that particular evening on our way home, when we stopped to say
goodbye,
to say good night, and step out of the norm of what we really knew, because actually it's not that we thought, we were so strong. We literally went in for a quick embrace to say good night. But then the truth is, the longing or whatever, the kiss did happen, and while it wasn't long and prolonged, it was memorable.
It was magical.
It was, and because of that, it's like.
And I think that's the point. She
it was serious, and I think at some point I become this even Debbie Downer in stuff, because things that we would find before that encounter, that kiss, things that we will find easy to do, just to merely sit down, talk and reason, I started to have difficulty in doing so. It's as if, because
So
it seemed as if
I became counselor.
it became as if the wall that was there was removed. I felt like you could literally see through me or see me and see how I'm feeling. It's like hiding feelings and all of that. It is like it really went through the back door with that one encounter. So it made me become even paranoid to some extent.
Yeah, because
You know?
I think it kind of like opened the mind to say, boy, I mean, no want to see, you know. I mean, no
Exactly.
want to do this. I mean, no
Exactly.
want to do that. So
And
so
people, oh
even
my God.
even a mere hug became
It seemed
taboo a
taboo.
little
It
bit.
seemed taboo because there were so much things being said, negative, not necessarily about us, but
Generally speaking, about
general
young
speaking
people
about
and
young people
relationship
and
and getting into it.
relationship is as if, okay, feeling the feeling and literally have that encounter. Oh, I felt like, oh my God, I'm so naked. What have I done? And because it really felt, apart from the fact that, okay, yes, you do care about this person, and you feel butterflies or whatever them call it back then when you see the person. When you have that first encounter of a kiss, is like the experience within itself make all of the feeling that you had under control become so strong. And having people in your ears and in your surrounding being negative about what the reality is of having feelings for somebody, it really didn't help, because you start to say, okay, I'm not going too close, even a mere call, like, I would, after church, I would like to talk to you if it's possible, if you don't mind,
Yeah, she
shop.
never want to talk.
I have all of a sudden I have a bag of things to do, and no, it's not possible, because excuses till at one point I felt as if I was pushing you away, like I was pushing him away.
And the truth is, I think there was one point where we actually said we're going to take a break.
Yeah, we did took a break.
No, literally,
it was,
we spoke.
and what people, this is,
We spoke. Well, there was one that were coming home from church.
Yeah.
And I stopped at the Ligani bus stop, and I said to us, you know what? Let's give this a break, because
I think it was because there's a particular sister that was at the church. She preached about the flesh.
I don't think it was the preaching.
For
It was
me,
little talkings going around.
it was a lot.
Little
It was a
going
lot.
around.
So therefore, when you know that you really need to take the other step is when, after, year and odd, you've been observing each other and being
1
friends.
year and 5 months.
And
to
5
be
months.
exact.
I start to realize that, okay, this is not a feeling that is going away. And I've realized when I'm around him, it's like I'm at peace, I'm happy, it's like all is well with the world. And it's like things really change. And and the thought come to me, I could see myself living with this person forever, and it come to me and I say, yeah, really, he's this, he's that, and automatically now you have a mental checklist that you didn't have before, and you say, yeah, and it's like he just bring peace, calm, and everything.
And the truth is, it was just as similar for me, because when you said to yourself, boy, this is the person, and when certain things happen, it's as if a confirmation, and it was and it was way before that first kiss, but the first kiss was like
it encouraged.
It's like I said, yeah, this is it.
It's like,
and so what we had to do, what I did actually, was I went and I spoke to my pastor, and told him, that we really want to take the next step, and of course. But before that, there were some little things that happened in between. For example, I remember surprising her with
my
our first cell phone.
They call it the fridge.
It was a Nokia.
Yeah, it was a Nokia.
It was a Nokia. I don't remember it, but it was a Nokia.
It's the big thick ones.
And then, so what I did, I remember speaking to one of my friends, big sister Jackie. don't forget her sister Jacqueline Hyde.
Yeah.
She was the one who helped me to organize and get the phone. So what I did know, one of the mornings that we were going to work, I took her bag, I was carrying it, and I slipped it in the bag. Yeah, and I slipped it in the bag now.
I had no idea though. No. I had no idea.
So she got to work with it now, and she got to work.
Yes, so it was my lunchtime at work, and I remember one of my coworkers, Miss Minot. Hi, Miss Minot, if you're watching.
Subscriber.
Yes, and she said, Mish, because they call me Mish. Mish, your phone a ring. I said, no, Mish, your bag is ringing. They said, my bag is ringing? So anyway, she took my bag and she come with, and she said, yes, it's ringing. I said, no, man, this don't make any sense because I don't have a phone. Anyway, by then, you know, it created, what would I say, a buzz. Everybody come around and say, oh, you mean you don't have a phone in your bag? So how come your bag is ringing? So by then, I say, you know what, I'm not touching it. So everybody say, but it's your bag. Anyway, I believe it's Miss Minot or Cathy. At the time, my co-workers, they took the bag and they take out the bag. When they pull the bag and take out the phone. When they take out the phone, there was a note, you know. And first of all, I started to laugh because I determined that, you know what, I have nothing to do. I don't know if it was a prank or whatever. I have nothing to do with it. So, you know, so they take that and they said, there's a note. And I said, note? Anyway, so so Cathy, I think, took it from Miss Minor and read it and said, you know, it's from Cornell. You know, I know that, you know, you have been needing one of these for so long, and to make our conversation on whatever more light or something or another. I don't remember the exact thing. But
you answered the phone and I was on the other line.
Yeah, but it took a while
because it's two phone about.
By then, no,
two same phone.
I think it hung up and you rang in the same time. You rang back, and by then everybody are gonna say, "Wow, you have boyfriend?" And I'm say, "No, I don't have a boyfriend." But Miss Minor knew. Miss Minor knew about. Remember, Miss Minor, Patrick, Cathy didn't know because I mostly speak to Miss Minor, and Miss Minor said, "Wow, my boy Colonel loves skills and whatever," because they know that we were courting.
Right. Because and how they know is that I remember one time I think I found her workplace. I just walked. I knew I should come off a bus stop, but I never been to her workplace yet. But I knew she came off, so I remember finding her workplace and standing outside until our work time finished. I left work early and then went to her workplace, stand up and wait till she come out. And just to surprise her.
Back to the phone. When you ring, finally answer it now, you said, were you surprised? I'm going to say, of course. I'm going to say, when, how did you do this? And then
explain to her that I slipped it in the bag when I took it from in the morning.
So by then, supervisor, even my boss, Mr. Dunbar. Hi, Mr. Dunbar, if you're watching. At the time, it was a big buzz. Automatically, everybody in my workplace, you know, knew about the situation and for that. So even coming down, you know, to Marjan, so they were there, wedding and everything, they were there. But that was a beautiful surprise. Yeah. So that was my first phone, and
So those were the little things that we did. We started again. We went out a little bit more. One of the things that because we both knew and agreed that this was it.
Yeah.
So we started to write things down. Pen and paper.
Yeah, we got a notebook.
And most of our meetings were at the boardroom in Sovereign Center.
And we will go to the back.
Yeah.
The last back that it's not obvious so much for people to recognize us who know us.
Even though we went into a discussion. And if you watch the
previous video, you know
check out the previous video, you'll hear why.
Yeah, so that was like our office, you know, we'll make our jottings, you know, what we would want and what we would love to achieve and those things
and we both knew that we were serious about this.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about her, so apart from sure she would tell me what you know.
Yeah, and I will ask her.
I remember One of the things that I'm old fashioned, and again, Michelle lives. Well, she's from Sagamore, and I'm from Kingston.
I'm from Westmoreland.
So Sagamore, what's the same thing?
Not necessarily Sagamore, but Westmoreland. It's not in Sagamore. It's more to Dean's Valley, and
anyway.
Leaving Petersfield and back to his.
So she's telling you to find where she lives. So
it's fine.
Anyway, that's why I say Sagamore. Anyway,
I'm
so.
Sagamore from Westmoreland.
All right, okay, Sagamore, Westmoreland.
Okay. Make sure you edit this one.
Why? Should I edit it out, guys?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Anyway, so I know she's from the country, and I'm old-fashioned. I believe that in order for me to ask the question, I should get permission. Her father lived in England, still does, but her mom was the one who was here in Jamaica. So we made our trip to the country, but not without a chaperone.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we spoke to our pastor and we said to him that, I want to go by the country and, speak to our parents, he said to us, who's going to come with you? And so we asked one of our friends, Pamela Bear. And so we took our journey to Westmoreland, and I met Mommy, your mom, and our siblings.
Uncle Papa, my granduncle.
Met your granduncle. Met your grandmother.
My grandmother. Oh, she
and the grandmother kiss. Boy, she gave me beer kisses, sobby kisses, and with our no teeth.
she was lovely.
But she was.
God
Yeah,
bless
she
her
was.
soul.
Yes, she was. And that was my first trip out. I mean, like farther than probably
you met
Upper
my
St.
stepdad
Andrew,
too.
and I met your
Jungle
stepdad, and so I think I got a warm welcome from everybody.
Yeah.
And I spoke to the mother, and I told her my intentions, and she I don't remember her exact words, but I know that she gave me.
Loved you.
She gave me an approval, and words, and then we had our conversation. So she would remind me, say, boy, we're not young people, yes, but all they need is love. All they need is love. So like, all right then. So that was that. So when we came back to town now, and time elapsed.
Yeah, but then she said, you have love, you have the Lord, you just have to work and accomplish.
I remember that.
Rest.
I remember you are Christ. You are both serving
Christian.
the Lord. Yeah, I remember she said that too. So when we came back now, I spoke to Pastor again, and I told him that it's time for me to engage her. I think we did it in 1919. Is it 99?
Yeah, 99.
Yes.
It wasn't a full year after we got married. We got married in 2000.
We got married in 2000. Mm-hmm. No, my engagement is in 2000. It was like a 6 months engagement.
Yes,
it's in 2000.
Right.
We got engaged about either February or March. Thereabout.
Yeah, but the reason why we could do that is because we know each other. We grow up basically in church together, and we, as the previous video said, we have been eyeing each other, forget it, become friends, and then now courting each other. So by then we were already becoming adults, so we were buying our stuff, buying up our stuff separately. And that's a key thing. Once you know that you're getting interested to go to the next level, you have to, if you haven't started, personal preparation, you have to do that,
right? Because it gives you some sort of stability and responsibility,
right?
When you can say, all right, I'm buying my bed, I'm buying my fridge, those little things,
little stuff.
And the fact that you both are in agreement, you're not going to duplicate something that you already have.
And you have to be saving too. You have to be saving, because chances are you don't own your own house. So
well, we didn't.
So we have to save, and we have to save for our rent and deposits, and stuff like that.
So separately, we both were ticking off the list.
Yeah, we had a
because
list.
we know what she had. I know she know what I had.
Yeah.
And so the both of us were ticking off on the list of things that we know we need to have.
Yeah.
And so forth. And so the day came now when I decided I'm going to ask the question. She was not aware, so I was planning away with Shernet, planning away. Told Pastor about it.
Oh,
I invited some friends, and of course, I had to speak with the woman of the house, which was Sister Fuller. And so I organized it pretty nicely. Because normally on a Friday night, she and I would, we'll go out, against sovereign, open places. And we'll sit and talk. So this particular Friday night, no, or was a Saturday night? I don't remember.
It was a Friday night, and I can remember it wasn't a nice one for me because there was supposed to be a prayer meeting at the person that Miss Altia was living at her home,
right.
Sharnet's mom home.
Right.
There was supposed to be some sort of prayer meeting, and I can remember we were supposed to go out because, like I said, we don't get to go regularly. So whatever time
we had organized a time to go out.
It's like we have to make it happen. But for some reason, it was going up to 8,
right,
or after 8, and
because I was there because all the persons who were supposed to come, I was giving them time to come. So when I came to her and I said to her, so let's go out. So I took her to Papine.
I was upset with you before we reached there. It was getting up into hours, and people, when it's like we do have a curfew. Well, I had wanted to see that age.
Oh yes.
And because of that, if I was supposed to get back home before 10 o'clock, and yes, we're supposed to go out on a date, if you'll call it that, and it was late after 8, and me so no, actually I told her that I'm not interested in going again because what kind of time are we going to spend to get back home by that time? And I was upset and said, it doesn't make sense. Why are you lingering? Is it that you don't want to go on? I think it's best if you go alone.
When I said upset,
I was upset. I said, I think it's best if he goes alone. I'm not interested anymore to go out for the evening. And he's very persistent. And he come and said, I still want to go on. And, at the time, I saw people start coming in to the home that I was at for prayer meeting. And, some of the persons, I like to do whatever I'm doing. I like to do it secretly. And then people coming in and I say, it's like everybody's going to know my business. Or people want to ask, where are you going this hour?
But I took it to Papine first.
Yes. So
because I was giving people time to come. We saw some people.
To Papine, I saw some of the persons. I remember seeing Pastor Ricky's driving. And Marie Rowe and some other person. I was saying, so why are all these people going to Sooooo for a prayer meeting? That don't seem normal. But then you knock my attention away from it because I think you annoyed me with something and I get testy about it. And I was saying to you, matter of fact, I feel like I got upset about whatever you said because you were trying to distract me, but I didn't know that. And I remember stopping on the road and saying, you know what, I think it's best if I go back home because with this mood that I'm in, I don't see how we're going to sit down to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So people, I was really upset. I behaved poorly. I didn't shout or anything, but I was upset. But I had no idea that he was planning anything.
And I kept my cool because I know what we're going. I
was just mad about not being able to spend the quality time and all of that because that was one of the main issues.
So anyway, we come back down to the yard now. We went in. We went.
Papine. We didn't even go to Sovereign.
No, Papine. We never go to Sovereign. And I said, yes, all right. If you're upset, let's go back home.
I remember.
And she was mad because I said, see, look how late we leave out. I was still now going.
By that time, it's 2 silent person going down the avenue.
So we went back to our home now. We're going now. She walked in.
Before that, Pastor vehicle was still there at the gate.
Okay.
And I said, why is Pastor still here? And it's not like prayer meeting keeping this late. you know, and then you become silent. I said, let's just go and see. Let's just go and see. And of course, when I stepped in, I said, good evening.
She said good evening and walk past everybody.
Walk everybody. I just
and
said,
go to her room.
I said good evening to everybody and just walk past everybody with my long face, go to my room. That's how serious it was.
So then now when she walked away, Pastor called her back, and when she came out, and you know, respectfully she came out, and Pastor said, Sister Lee, you know why we're here? And she said, no. And her face was like, no. And Pastor said, well, and honestly, like, Pastor, they kind of take from my tongue a little bit, because I want to do something special. But anyway, when Pastor called and she come and Pastor to her, do you know why we're here? And that's just Pastor Ricketts now, because Pastor Kelly.
Pastor Austin.
Right. Pastor Austin Ricketts.
And he came. Pastor, by the way.
Yeah. And he came in and he said, you know why we're here? She said no. And she said, well.
I didn't say no. I said no, sir.
And then we said, well, tonight is your engagement night.
Oh my God.
And she screamed.
No, I said no.
Me not play.
No, I said no.
You say you're not play.
Yeah, I said no. I'm not playing.
No, you know, say, I'm not playing. Say, me not play.
Really?
Yes. And you run.
Yes.
And
I went back
to her
in,
room.
and then I remember Sharon and Sophia, but come here, come. And I
Sharon
wouldn't
went
come
back
out.
in for you.
I think I was a little, it was really off guard. It hit me off guard because, you know, from that sour
and I think the way I was able to get the ring size that we went and we tried on rings just for the sake of trying out rings.
Used to just
so I knew exactly what her ring finger was. And so and when I bought the engagement ring, and Pastor, you know, and the engagement basically went on. I went and then Pastor blessed the ring, and
you went down on your knees. When I came on, Pastor said, no.
Yeah, Pastor, you don't have to do that. Because I went on my knees, you know, to do the proper thing. Pastor said, no, man, you don't have to do that. So anyway, I obeyed my Pastor, but I did eventually get to engage her, and it was.
I think you put her in my hand, and people were saying, you don't answer yet.
Because you were trembling.
Yeah. I'm going to come back and set up my hand, and then my hand was over my face. I was really emotional because I never expected, as much as we spoke about it for so many times.
Yes.
I really never expected it. And then, you know, everybody was saying, but you don't say yes. I say yes. Oh my God. You know, that was a great moment. You know, but I mean, the moral of the story is that, you know, you don't know when, you know, that thing that which you're hoping for, what have you, because after a time, I think we have got tired of, you know, getting tired of have to be out of each other's company or have to be going far places.
So because the truth is, we never have no holy money per se.
But we
were saving.
So it's a key thing. If you're interested in someone, or you know that even before you know it's getting serious and you want to get married, you have to save.
Yeah.
Save your money, no matter how small it is. If it's be that you want to join credit unions or whatever you, and apart from that, you have to start. If you live with your parents or whomever, you have to start buying your bed. I think the first thing you could ever buy is a bed.
A dresser.
Your stove. A fridge.
Yeah.
And then a chest drawer or a dresser. I don't know how, but I know if some people nowadays they are renting furnished places, but it's better when you invest in your own things, your own little thing. And I mean, you have to learn. And one of the key things, saving, it is good because it teaches you how to pull your resources together from early. And so
and the both of you have to have an agreement as to how we're going to spend. Because we established that from once we knew that this is it, we established how we're going to do what we're going to do. And so it was though we never had a lot of money, whatever we had was utilized very, very efficiently. Yeah. So. You know. That was how our
things
engagement
change somewhat now, because now, you know, people are more privy to housing trusts and so forth. It's much easier now than then.
Yeah, because if the truth is, And then our jobs weren't a whole heap of money job.
Yeah.
We weren't no heap of money, but as I say, whatever we had, we just put it together. Because whereas, as Michelle said, persons are, if you're two persons in a well good established job getting good money, then it's easier for you to sort of transition into probably a own house ownership and so forth and so forth. But if you are like us, or you know you're interested and you it's genuine, then if you start where we start, all you need is just take your time and go through.
Take your time.
Yes, I mean.
The key thing is to what would you say? Be yourself. Live your own life. Do not look over the fence on anybody and their progress or what have you. Take the time to grow and build with each other. At the end of the day, just no matter how small it is, try saving. You have to save. If you decide to marry, you're married someone, you have to save. Because
and the thing about it, you said the both of you can start with these small agreements. It's a good basis when you're going forward. If you can sit and come to an agreement, and trust me, guys, pen and paper. In our next video, we're going to tell you our wedding experience, because the truth is, you will plan the most perfect wedding.
Yes,
and stuff will happen. But
stuff will happen.
We are going to leave that one for the next video, right? But as I said, so if we were to look at a recap as to say, well, or you get doing the engagement, the truth is, as the man or as the man, you have to then decide in your mind how you're going to do it and plan. Make it be special, make it be memorable. You understand me? And you utilize and use the fact that if you have both parents, speak to both parents. Because you want to show the parents the respect that is due to them. You understand me? So that when you're gonna marry your daughter, engage your daughter, you want to show that level of respect.
Yeah, and while also I'm not asking anyone to do what we have done, but however, I can remember that when we got engaged, my ring, it was a zirconia, but it was just for
but it was gold.
It is real gold. But the stone is zirconia. It wasn't diamond.
Right.
But the key thing is that as we went ahead, you changed it. Later on in life, you can change it to the real diamond and everything like that. So try not to put your focus so much even on the ring. And the ring
as in an exorbitant price that shows you
understand? Because as you go along, certain things can be improved.
Yeah.
You understand? What I'm trying to say, don't put yourself in any everlasting debt for things that can be replaced and so on and so forth. But to each his own.
Yeah. So we hope you again tonight or today learned something or heard something that would help you to make that next step and things. So until the next time we have another conversation, have a good one, and please remember to
like,
share
and subscribe,
and of course subscribe, and please like up a video.
Yes, and apart from liking, comment.
And yes, your comments,
you're free
we
to
welcome your comments. Welcome your comments.
If you want to ask any question down below, or if there's anything you feel like you would like to share, whatever,
or you want us to address, to speak on, feel free. We're here to help, and trust me, we are encouraged by your comments. There have been a few, but we have been encouraged. So don't just leave or watch and go. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, share it out to your friends, as we do our part to help others. All right. So bye.
Bye.
See you on the other side.